You switch to low-calorie drinks. Zero sugar, low calories, healthier choice. That's what you were told. And it feels logical. If sugar makes you gain weight, then removing sugar should fix the problem, right? Simple math. But here's the part nobody tells you. Some people who switch to low-calorie drinks don't lose weight. Some even gain it. And the reason has nothing to do with calories. It has to do with how your brain reacts to sweetness. Let's start with a simple truth. Your body is not a calculator. It doesn't just count calories. It predicts. Every time you taste something sweet, your brain expects energy. Real energy. Calories. Fuel. That's how humans evolved. Sweet taste equals ripe fruit, honey, energy-dense food. Your ancestors who craved sweetness survived. Those who didn't, they didn't pass on their genes. So the craving for sweet is not a weakness. It's ancient software. And it works like this. Sweet hits your tongue signal to brain prepare for energy. Insulin rises, store fuel. A perfect system. Until something breaks it. Now enter low-calorie drinks. They taste sweet, but they don't deliver energy. No sugar, no calories, no fuel. At first, this sounds like a perfect solution. You get the taste without the cost. Zero guilt. But your brain doesn't see it that way. Because the signal is still there. Sweetness. And your brain reacts to that signal the same way it always has. It prepares for calories. But they never arrive. You didn't remove sugar. You removed the reward. And that's where the problem begins. Think about it like this. You press the gas pedal, but the car doesn't move. At first, nothing happens. But if it keeps happening, something breaks. The engine gets confused. That's what's happening inside your body. Sweet taste triggers expectation. Your body prepares. Insulin rises, digestion shifts. But there's no energy, no sugar, no reward. Over time, your brain starts adjusting. And not in the way you expect. Let's talk about the science. In 2013, a study from Yale University gave people a sweetened drink and scanned their brains. The result, the brain's reward centers lit up, but the satiety centers didn't. Meaning, you get the craving, but not the satisfaction. Another study from the University of Texas found that over 10 years, people who drank diet soda had a 70% greater increase in waist circumference than those who drank none. 70%. That's not a small difference. That's a pattern. Here's the mechanism. Your brain doesn't count calories. It remembers patterns. Repeated exposure to artificial sweetness can change how your brain responds to real sugar. It can increase cravings. It can reduce satisfaction. The more fake sweetness you consume, the more real sweetness you want. This is sweetness tolerance. Just like alcohol tolerance. The more you drink, the more you need to feel the same effect. And here's the part that matters. You don't notice it happening. You just feel slightly more hungry, slightly less satisfied, slightly more likely to snack. Nothing dramatic. But small shifts repeated every day become big outcomes. Now combine this with behavior. You drink a zero-calorie soda at lunch. Your brain registers sweetness, but gets no energy. So later, around 4 p.m., you reach for a granola bar. Or crackers. Not because you lack discipline. Because your system is trying to correct itself. It expected energy. It didn't get it. So it keeps looking. And here's the illusion. You think, I saved calories earlier. So you allow yourself more later. Without realizing it, you cancel the benefit. Or reverse it. Let's do the math. A regular soda has about 150 calories. A diet soda has 0. But if that diet soda makes you eat an extra 200 calories later, you're worse off. And those extra calories often come from carbs or fats, not protein. So you're not just adding calories. You're adding the kind that store easily. Now zoom out. Why do these drinks exist? Because they solve a psychological problem. People want sweetness without guilt. Guilt is uncomfortable. So companies created something that delivers taste without calories. But the real product isn't the drink. It's the feeling, I'm being healthy. That feeling changes behavior. And behavior is what actually determines results. Not labels. Not marketing. In one study, researchers gave 2 groups the same milkshake. One group was told it was low-calorie, healthy. The other was told it was high-calorie, indulgent. Both shakes were identical. The group that believed they were drinking a low-calorie shake had a much larger increase in ghrelin, the hunger hormone. They were hungrier later. They ate more later. Same drink. Different belief. Different outcome. Your brain doesn't just react to what you consume. It reacts to what you think you're consuming. This pattern shows up everywhere. You remove the visible problem, but keep the system intact. Diet drinks don't remove sweetness. They maintain it, sometimes amplify it, and your brain adapts. So what's the truth? Low-calorie drinks are not automatically bad. They don't magically cause weight gain, but they can change your behavior. They can affect your cravings. They can shift your appetite. And over time, that matters more than the calories in the drink itself. Because your body is not a calculator. It's a prediction machine. It predicts energy. It prepares for fuel. It adjusts based on what you give it. And when you give it sweet with no energy, it learns the wrong lesson. Here's what actually works. Not cutting sweetness completely. Not demonizing diet drinks. But understanding the system. If you drink a diet soda, notice what happens after. Are you hungrier an hour later? Do you crave something sweet or salty? Do you eat more at your next meal? Just notice. Awareness alone changes behavior. The second step is to break the pattern. You don't need to quit cold turkey. You can lower the intensity. Switch to sparkling water with a splash of juice. Or unsweetened tea. Or just water. Your taste buds adapt. It takes about 2 weeks. Once they adapt, regular sweetness feels overwhelming. Too sweet. Too much. That's when you know the system has reset. If you want control, you don't just remove calories. You look at the system. What triggers your behavior? What makes you eat more later? What creates cravings? Because the real question isn't, how many calories did I drink? It's, what did this make me do next? That's the question most people never ask. And that's why they stay stuck. Before we finish, I have a small gift for you. If you help choose the next topic, I'll give 3 of you access to the Redicast Creator Plan for 30 days. Comment the number. 1. Why junk food feels impossible to stop. 2. Why you can't watch just one video. 3. How social media rewires your brain. And if you enjoy breakdowns like this, subscribe. Because most problems aren't what they seem. This channel is about exposing the hidden systems behind your habits, cravings, and decisions. No noise. No fake motivation. Just how things actually work. Voiceover powered by Redicast. AI voiceovers for faceless creators. Link in description. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.